welcome back to my podcast, In Between Us. Today, I am so happy to be back. I know I did take a break from recording and posting. I honestly apologize that, but I did need a little. Well, no, actually, I didn't. I apologize. But, people tend to feel unproductive sometimes, and then especially because this past week was Thanksgiving week, which meant vacation week, and so I was home all day. The laziness came to me, the unproductivity, I don't know if that word even exists, but being not productive came to me, and so yeah, that happened. But I am officially back again. um Anyways, I hope you guys have been having a wonderful time, wonderful holidays. I hope you guys' Thanksgiving went so well. I hope it went as well as mine did. I honestly got to eat so many good foods. The turkey, oof, it was the best turkey ever. And so I just ate pretty good, and I am just so thankful for all the people around me, for you guys. I'm thankful for this podcast. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for all the people that surround me. And so, anyways, if you guys are new viewers, hi, my name is Jade Barraza, and I am the host of this podcast. And if you are not new, still welcome to my podcast. Anyways, today I just feel very, how can I say it? I feel very joyful and very happy. Honestly, as you guys may know, December has officially started. And so I'm just so happy that December finally is here, that Christmas is coming, all the family gatherings, the good decorations, the tree, the lights, and all the good things, the coffee, the hot chocolate. Oh, yes. And the fashion style. Yes. Yes. Obviously, I could say that winter is my favorite season. I love fall and winter, the outfits that I get to wear and the clothes that I get to wear. Like, honestly, I have more winter and fall clothes than I have for spring and summer. Like, isn't that crazy? I really like all these like nude colors and like the black and white and the brown and the dark colors. It really brings out myself. And so this is really my time. And so I hope it is as well as your time. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this year is actually almost over. Like 1 month already. And we're done with 2024. Like, it went by so quick, by a flash, and I was just like, so, didn't it started like last week? Like, literally, that's how it feels. Like, I could literally name you everything I did this year because it literally feels like I just did it like 1 month ago. Isn't that crazy? But honestly, no. It's been a year. It's been a year. Believe it or not, it's been a year. So, I hope all of you guys this year went by really good. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I hope you guys created a lot of memories such as I did. I think this year was it was really a roller coaster for me. Like, literally, it was like, boom, 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 boom. Like, I literally feels like it went like that. Like, honestly. And so, like, literally, I'm telling you that I could literally name you everything I did this year. Nothing. Nothing, but no, like, actually being serious. Like, literally, I could name you everything. It just feels so fast, like it's almost 2025. Isn't that crazy? I'm almost, well, no, I'm not almost 17. I am 16, and I just turned 16 like 3 months ago. Actually, 3 months officially today. Um, yeah, so I'm not almost 17, but hey, 2025 is when I turned 17, so isn't that crazy? I wanted, like, this is how fast time goes. Like, I wanted like my 15 to be here like already. Like I couldn't wait for my 15. Now I'm almost, or like I'm heading close to turning 17. Wow. Wow, I'm pretty old, guys. Okay, I won't say anything because I know there's older people than me, and they're gonna be like, this kid, oh my gosh, this kid. Anyways, for today's podcast, like actually changing up subject and our talking conversation. Well, before we start, I want to say that I know I haven't mentioned it in my podcast, but I have mentioned it to some of my viewers that I will be talking both Spanish and English. Voy a estar hablando los dos, español y inglés, but it won't be in the same video. Like I would do one video in English, and then the next uploaded video will be Spanish, and then so forth and so on. So los idiomas no van a estar juntos en un mismo video. Voy a publicar un video en inglés y luego el siguiente video lo voy a publicar en español, y así se va a seguir yendo inglés, español, así toda mi audiencia puede entender lo que estoy diciendo. That way all my audience can understand what I am saying, and because I know that there's people that prefer one language even though they probably know both. I know they prefer like English or they prefer Spanish, and so yeah, I just wanted to address that because I know that there's a lot of people that only speak Spanish that view my videos, and so I really apologize for that. Sé que hay varia gente que habla puro español que ve mis podcasts, ve mis videos, y la verdad quería pedir unas disculpas por si no entendían, pero así lo voy a estar como se dice, rotando para que me puedan entender, para que puedan saber cómo se va a estar trabajando esto. Pero por este video toca inglés, así es que lo siento, de verdad lo siento tanto. El video pasado sí estaba en español, pero el de este video es en inglés. So, for this video, I will be talking in English. The past one was in Spanish, so if you are Spanish speaking, si son de, si hablan español, vean mi video anterior, ese sí hablo todo español. So, anyways, now going into what is the podcast. I had various topics I wanted to talk to you about, but okay, so for some reason I'm kind of having trouble with this, and I recorded my podcast already, but it cut my video. So I have to redo it. But now I think I want to talk about something different. I wanted to talk about, I have a lot of topics to talk about. But for today's, I think it's a really important topic that a lot of people, especially teenagers, have encountered now. Obviously, my podcast is more leading towards young people, young adults, teenagers, etc. We need coffee, guys. Coffee. Get your coffees out. Anyways, and so obviously it is more leaning towards the young people. And so I hope that you can apply this to all ages, and I know you will. But I want to talk about the importance of choosing your friendships and your friend group. I know there's been a lot of trouble, especially, as I said, especially for young people, that like their friendships or their friend group really affects the way they're living their lives. You know, whether it's something negative or whether it's something positive, friendships affect the way we live, and especially because we as young people are more influenced by our friendships than like by our parents or our siblings, you know, than by our family. It's more our friendships that we want to hang out. It's the people that we choose to hang out. It's the people that we most relate to. So obviously, if we relate to them, we're gonna act the way they act, or they're gonna act the way we act. And so obviously, friendships will impact our life always. They will always impact our life. And so I want to talk about the importance of choosing our friend group, the importance of choosing an actual friendship, and the importance of choosing, like, of calling someone a friend, because not all people, like, I know I don't want to be mean or messed up or anything, but a lot of people are bad people and they tend to not, like, they don't deserve to be called friends. But, we, or me, as a Christian, obviously we can't be hating in all people, because that's just not the kind of person we should be. We shouldn't, even if you're not Christian, obviously, like, you shouldn't be a person that holds regret, or holds anger or aggression towards people, hate towards people. Like, even though they're bad, like, they're a bad person, but you can always help them be better. Which is why we should know the importance of actually choosing our own friends. So, obviously, as I was saying earlier, we are affected by our friends more than we are by our parents. Like, we're influenced more by them than what we are by our family, by our parents. Obviously, we tend to want to be with the people that we think are cool, or the people that we think are, like, I don't know, that they're better, or that they're cooler, they're more popular. Like, we tend to relate or want to be with people that have, either we relate to them, or we want something from them, or like we feel like they have something that we want. Like, there's always something with us and with the other person, which is why we tend to be friends with them. And so, obviously, always stick to the positive things. Never fall in the negative side of things, such as, we can fall under a lot of things in the negative side, right? But never, like, to someone that will make you feel insecure, or someone that will make you feel bad about yourself, or someone that makes you feel less than others, makes you feel less worth of things, or makes you feel like you're not enough. Like, all those kinds of things, let's just stay away from that. We don't want this to affect ourselves and to make us feel bad about ourselves at some point. We don't want to turn out to be something, like, bad. Like, we don't want to turn out as the bad person at the end. And so, obviously, we have to pay a lot of attention on the way they act, on the way we act, because it's not only on who, but how can I influence them, or how can they influence me. So we also have to be thinking about ourselves, like how we act, how our family situation is, what are the habits that we tend to have. Sorry, I'm over here choking. But yeah, like, what are the habits that we tend to have? How do we talk? How is our body language even? Like, the places that we usually are in, the actions that we take, the education, and all these things that make a person. Like, we have to pay attention to all the things, because we don't want them to end up even hurting someone, or they hurt us, or them hurting us, or hurting you. And so, obviously, in the Bible, there is this one friendship that I think is, like, the most common friendship. Like, a lot of people know about this story, but it's about David and Jonathan. And my brother likes to talk about this story a lot, because this shows a loyalty and the caring that a friend should actually have for one, like for a friend to another friend, you know. And so this story is obviously Jonathan was what was his name? Oh, I forgot his name. Um, I forgot his name. Oh, in Spanish, Saul. He was his son, and so I don't know what his name is in English. It's probably the same Saul. I don't know. Anyways, and so it was his son, and that king was trying to kill David, and so David obviously feared, and he decided to go hide, where like he was really scared. He's like, they're literally gonna kill me. They're looking for me to kill me, and he went to hide where I forgot where it said it was like kind of where a lot of like the people who, well, anyways, he went to hide. That's the point. And so he he was hiding there for a while until Jonathan was able to find him. And he went there, and David was like, oh my gosh, like you're gonna turn me into your father because your father's trying to look for me, and I'm like so scared, and I'm like I have no one to trust, and I'm just hiding here. And then that's when Jonathan was like, don't worry, like I know you're here, and I'm gonna be like, I'll take care of you, and I won't tell my father that you're here. Like I want to protect you because you're like you're the right person. Like I believe you, and you know all the things that you say and all the things that you believe, like they're the right things, and I know that my father is in the wrong. Because obviously it was because David had all his faith in God. He had all his faith in Jesus, and that, well, it was God, and that um, he was a right choice, and that it was because of God that David had all his success in life, you know. And that's why Saul wanted to kill him, because he felt jealousy, he felt envious of David, that he had this special connection with God, and he just wanted to kill him. He was like, this dude is, no, he's like taking my spot, like I want to like literally kill him. And that's when Jonathan went like, I know who's right here, and I know who to believe, and I'll take care of you, and I'll help you with this, and like I will help you run away or like hide, and I'll do this for you. And instead of listening to his father, he decided to be a loyal friend and decided to believe what was right. And so I think this is like the best example we have of a friendship. Well, obviously the best example that we have is obviously our friendship with God. He is obviously the most faithful and trustworthy friend that we'll ever have. Like you can tell him literally anything that you have, all your problems, and he'll literally like help you through the process. He'll literally he'll take care of it. He'll help you like overcome all your problems and your insecurities and your frustrations, and he'll listen to you without judging you, without like saying anything about you, or like even if you're insecure and you have all these home problems with your family, like he's gonna give you motivation, and he's gonna bless you every day, and he's not gonna judge you by who you are. And obviously God is the number one example of what truly friendship is. But obviously giving a more man-to-man example is that one that's the most one that I kind of know by head or by mindset. And so like obviously we have to look at the person and see, are they really trustworthy? Like, do they really bring me to good things? And if they're the good ones, then do I bring them to a good thing? Like, if I am suffering this super bad addiction, let's say like alcohol or drugs, and like you want to hang out with people but they're like doing good, like you won't influence them, or you won't force them to do something they don't want to, you know, and end up turning them into something else that can be the same as you or even worse, you know. You can end up hurting them, hurting their family. And so we have to be super close. We have to pay so much attention in the way we are, you know. Um, Obviously, looking for loyalty, for trustworthiness, for confidence, looking for how can you say, well, I think it's mainly loyalty. Nowadays you see a lot of friends like being so fake, or I don't know how else to say it, like not betrayal. I won't call it betrayal because it's not a super serious thing, but it is friends, well, not friends, they're not really friends, but they call themselves friends, you know, and they show you the good side of them, but then behind your back, you're like, they're over here talking bad about you, or they're spreading like some bad rumors about you and stuff. And nowadays you see that more often. Like you see, like for me during school, there's a lot of people, a lot of young people, right? And so obviously there's like this like group of friends, and then the next day they're like fighting all, and they're like all spreading a whole bunch of gossip about each other, and all their secrets are revealed and everything, and then by next week like it's the friend group again, you know. And it's kind of weird, and it's a bad situation that they have there, because they're like every time that happens, their trust and their loyalty breaks bit by bit, and it's gonna end up being even worse all the time. Even though they get back together and they're like friends, I guess you'll call it, but their trust and their like loyalty isn't there anymore as it used to be, you know. And it keeps breaking and it keeps breaking, and they're gonna end up hurting each other. And so obviously we have to pay attention in what people actually do, how they act, what their personalities are like, you know. And so obviously being a friend doesn't mean, oh, you have to have this, you have to have this, you have to have that. Like, it's not being picky. It's more of being aware of the good and bad decisions the people take, you know. It's not really of personality wise, but it's mainly of the decisions they take every day. And so I used to have a friend, and I honestly love her and I respect her, but she obviously showed all these signs that she wasn't trustworthy and she wasn't loyal. Like obviously someone would say something and then she would like agree, and then the next day or later on she shows the opposite. Like she would say something but she would show the opposite. And so obviously I don't hold any um, hate towards her, but obviously it did hurt me by the time when I told her that it was a complicated situation, and I told her that I let's put it that I wanted something. Let's put it that way because it's but I wanted something, and so obviously she supported me and she told me that I was gonna get through my situation. But then she was over here doing the opposite in that situation, which helped me not gain or have what I really wanted. And so obviously, as I said, I don't blame her. She's a really nice person, but she didn't show any signs of loyalty or confidence, or not confidence, but trust towards others. And so that also says a lot about yourself. It's not only about other people, but also as yourself. If you don't show any confidence or any trust in you, it also affects the way you act. It affects the way that you live your life. You tend to be very insecure. You tend to doubt a lot about yourself. That makes you do actions that you don't want to, that end up hurting other people. And so it's the importance of reflecting on yourself and like actually wanting to be a loyal and a trustworthy person. Um, And so, as I was saying, that friend, she obviously wasn't a friend. But I respect her, and like now that she has her own life and she has her own decisions, like I mean, it's really up to her now what she does. And so, like, I had really, like, I didn't have a good relationship or friendship with her. But in other cases, I've had friendships in where they show me all the kindness and they show me all the loyalty and the respect. And because they show me that same thing, I obviously offer the same. And I'll always offer, even though when they're not like that. I mean, you'll never know until it happens, right? But if you look at it in a different point of view, if you listen to other people, for example, you're hanging out with this person and like this other person is looking at the point of view of the way they act when they're not with you, and they're like, you know what, like they have a lot of gossip with them and they're always talking bad about people and they're always judging and they're not being loyal, they're not being trustworthy with you. You obviously have to pay attention whether it's true or not. You have to know who the person is as well, and obviously listen to all those things, because sometimes they can be lies, sometimes they can be a true statement, you know. And so you have to be very careful in the way you have to see it in various different point of views. Like if there's more people like telling you the same thing over and over, then maybe it was a true statement. So okay, well now I'm gonna like set, like I'm gonna apart from that person and I'm just gonna settle things, let it calm down. I don't want to hurt anybody, I don't want to cause any trouble, I don't want to have any problems. And it's best to just step away from the person that is hurting, or if you're hurting as well and you're noticing that you're hurting others, step away and just kind of calm the situation down. Maybe it's a toxic friendship that is making this. So sometimes you do need a break. But obviously, if the person isn't willing to change, then it is best to just let that friendship go. And as I was saying, I had that same friendship and I decided to just let it go, because it wasn't about the thing that I wanted, but it's the way that she acted towards the result of it. And so I felt like I had completely lost my friend, and I felt like she wasn't my friend anymore, you know. I felt that she had obviously not trusted me and she wasn't loyal to me at all. And so I felt really bad, so I decided to step away so she could have her own space, and so she could think so she could think about her actions and see if she could get any better. Obviously, I don't want to have an opinion about what her life is right now, but I mean, people view it in different ways, right? But anyways, in other terms, I also had friends, as I said, I also had friends that actually were loyal and actually cared about me. And so obviously I know that she is probably, I hope that she watches my podcast, but I love her so much and I really miss her. And she's always this kind of person, like I I don't have as much as time to get to know her. And like people are like, you guys act like if you guys always like we're always together, like you guys grew up together literally. And no, I just have what, like 2 years getting to know her. Obviously she was the person who gifted me this cup. If she sees this video, she knows who she is, and I really love her. And I love her because we don't have that much time. Like honestly, we have like what, 2 years of getting to know each other. And so like the strong friendship that we were able to build, and all the memories and all the things that we did that we were able to create, and just the way we were able to get to know each other was something honestly really beautiful to me, and very, it was really, how can I say it, it's a very dear friendship for me. And obviously she was a very, very hardworking person, or she is a very hardworking person, and she's very kind, and she's always trying to improve herself. And obviously she made me get closer to God. And so because of that, I wanted the same for her. Like all everything that she was giving me, I wanted the same for her. And I tried to be the bestest friend as I ever could. um, I always try to be so patient. I try to be so kind. I try to be loyal and trustworthy to her. I try to take her closer to God, and let her see a different point of view, and let her, have another lifestyle, or like another, I guess, a different point of view of how life was or is, and so that's how we got to create our amazing memories. Honestly, I really, really, really do miss her, and I hope that she's doing so great wherever she is. And so, yeah, like that's the main part of actually, like, looking for a friend, is looking for somebody that brings you to good things. There's people that tend to look for friendships that are supposedly cool, or they're popular or whatever, but they're doing bad things. They're making fun of people, they're judging them, they have really bad addictions, such as consuming drugs, consuming alcohol, going out to parties a lot, um, changing relationship, like in dating, and changing relationship, like whatever you see is whatever you reflect. It's like a whole mirror. And so whatever they give you is what you'll do as well. And so obviously I'm not saying it every, like in every situation is the same way. Obviously there are people that actually know when it's a bad thing, but there are people that just so that they could fit in into a group, they'll you know um they'll how can I say it? Sorry, I was getting a call. um, they'll, just so they could try to fit in, they'll act the same way. And so obviously I do recommend all of you guys to um, be that friend that gives a positive result. Be that friend that takes the other people to, how can I say that? Takes other people to a better way of living, to a better, to having beautiful and pretty memories. Um, and obviously be the leader. And if they don't want to change, as I said, just step away. We don't want to hurt people, and we don't want to end up hurting ourselves either. And so just stepping away is the best way. And I tell you for experience, like as I was saying with that friend, just step away. It's best, and that way there's no gossip and there's no rumor, especially for young people. Like literally, for nowadays, young people tend to make a lot of gossip and a lot of rumors. And so, like nowadays, people have opinions about everybody's lives. And so it is just best to not see anything, just step away, be like, let's just take a little break. Obviously people will always say something about you, but you didn't cause a big scene, you didn't cause any trouble that, publicly. So um, just step away if it's a bad friendship, or if you know the person will change or can change. Be the leader, be the guide, be like, look, there's these good things, like don't do this, it's really bad. It makes yourself look bad, it makes your image look bad, and it makes you a little like be less trustworthy or be less loyal. Like be this kind of person. Like it helps you, and it'll calm yourself down, it'll make you feel more confident, and it'll make you feel happier. And so be the leader, be the friend that you want to have. And obviously that's the, how do you see it, the quote for today. Be the friend that you want to have. And so obviously there's addiction everywhere, and there's findings everywhere, and there's bad decisions everywhere. Everyone's gonna take a bad decision at some point in their lives, but it really depends on the way you react to those bad decisions, or those bad actions. If you don't feel sorry, or if you don't feel regretful about anything, then that makes you look like a bad person, you know. It makes you feel like somebody that I don't want to be near to. And so just be the friend that you want to have. Be loyal, be trustworthy, and more than anything, just have fun. You know, don't judge anybody by the way they're different, but instead try to relate to them. Try to like share something, have something in common. Like I was saying, the friend, my best friend, I would say, um, we are literally like 7 years apart. Like she's a whole grown adult, and I'm a teenager still in high school. And she obviously works, and she's already graduated, and she lives her adult life now. But we have so many things in common because she's obviously still young, but we have so many things in common because of the way we have lived our life, and because of the way we like to dress, and because of the way we we tend to react to things, and our taste of music, like small things like that make our friendship even stronger. And now that I don't see her anymore as often as I would want to, but I do text her a lot. And so she tells me about how her days have gone while we stopped texting or talking, you know. And we get ourselves caught up, and we motivate each other, and we wish the best for each other. And so that's the actual friend that you would want to have, you know. And so just be, I would say it again and again, be the friend that you want to have. And so if everybody would do this, I feel like we will all be such great friends. Well, it actually depends, because a lot of people don't even know what the meaning of friendship is anymore, especially when it comes to the opposite gender, girls and guys being friends. I don't know if you guys believe that a girl and a guy can be friends. Um, Honestly, I personally don't think a girl and a guy can be friends, because at some point somebody's gonna have a feeling. Like maybe they'll never say it, and maybe it'll change, and like nobody knew, and like it never happened, and it felt like they've always just been friends. But in some point somebody's gonna look at the other differently, you know? And so I say that they can't only be friends. At some point somebody's gonna look at them different. Maybe it's gonna change, and it was just like a whoa, like I didn't mean to even think about that. Like let me get straight to what I used to be. But you know, at some point somebody's gonna start feeling something. Which is why I don't think friends, or I mean guys and girls can be friends. But you know, nowadays there's a lot of, anyway, I won't get to that topic. But yeah, friendships. um so just try to be the friend that you want to have. Being loyal, being trustworthy, being joyful, being a motivated person to motivate yourself and to motivate others, and being or wanting to actually have sacrifices, or not sacrifices, but helping others when they're in a hard situation, you know. That's a true friend, when you show your true self, and they show you the same, you know, they give you the same as you give them, and you can be yourself around them. You don't have to be faking, or you don't have to be doing something you don't want to just to fit in. And so I really really hope you guys are the friends that you want to have. Obviously all friendships are different, they're not going to be all the same, because obviously not all people are the same. There's different personalities and different emotions and feelings towards people. But you know, just trying to be positive, and trying to do good. That's the main thing. being positive and doing good. And so, yeah, I hope you guys be that friend, and I hope you guys um, really listen to this advice because it really does depend a lot in how you live your life. Like, there was this kid once, and he was such a sweet guy. Like, he was very smart, and he wouldn't get in trouble that much. But he started to hang out with the wrong people. The people brought a lot of negative things to his life, and because they brought a lot of negative things to him, that's what he ended up being. And so he ended up taking bad decisions, and he ended up just falling into addiction. He ended up having different points of view in life. He ended up having more troubles. He ended up not being as successful as he was back then. And like, I know it doesn't happen with most people, but it is very common that you get influenced by the people around you. And so, yeah, I I really hope, and I recommend you to be that leader, and I recommend you to be that friend, that good friend that is trustworthy and loyal. Anyways, so I hope that you guys have liked this podcast. I hope you guys take this advice. I honestly say it by heart, because I know what it is to have good and bad friendships, and so I honestly recommend you to take this advice. And even if you're not a young person, like even if you're a grown up, if you're an adult watching this podcast, like it does actually depend a lot, especially because adults go have the authority to go out more, especially they have more problems with alcohol and more problems with like going out to clubbing and partying and all these bad things, bad decisions that end up, even hurting your family. But friendships really do bring out, it's like a mirror. Whatever they show you, it's what you get, and whatever you show them, is what they get. And so, yeah, I just hope you guys take this advice by heart and that you really consider this. If you guys have any questions, any doubts, or just anything in general, um, be like be free to ask me. You can comment or you can send me a message through Instagram, um, or just anywhere. You can always contact me and ask me anything that you have, any questions, or if you guys have any ideas, or just any random things that you guys want to say to me. Be free to say them, don't be shy. Like, I will check them and I will honestly reply. I won't, like, I know I don't seem like I will, but I will for sure. And so, yeah, I'm just so happy to be back with you guys again. I hope I can actually post again on, I'll say probably Friday or Saturday. But I really hope to see you guys soon. So thank you so much, guys, for watching my podcast. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much, and I am so thankful for all of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me and for allowing me to even do this project. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't think I would even do this. If you guys have any, how can I say, ideas of topics, or if you guys want to listen to something specifically, or if you guys want to have a guest, if you guys want any particular guest, I always take recommendations, and I always see your comments and your messages, so please be free to send them to me, to tell me. I will try my best to have all the guests that you guys want in my podcast. As for right now, I don't have as many guests because Obviously, as I said, I recently moved here, and so really, I'm not really close to a lot of people. Like mainly, a lot of the people that I have is my family, and so I did post that podcast with my cousin. She's a really shy person, so like I know it wasn't like a great, like the best podcast ever, but I did try my best to, bring her in, especially because we share the same things and we live the same thing. And she's obviously a young person and she's the same age as I am. And so I just wanted you guys to, see a different point of view. Um, but yeah, if you guys have any recommendation for guests, be free to tell me and I'll try my best to have them here. And so thank you guys so, so much for everything. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next podcast in between us. God bless you guys. Bye.